Hello everybody. So today we're going to talk about how to get Windows 7 installed on a Z390 based system, or really this particular method could actually work on pretty much any modern platform, like particularly the USB ports, because you know back in 2020 or something like that, when I first tried to get Windows 7 installed on my 9700K, I I was using I got it to work eventually. I figured out in the BIOS you need to enable CSM and disable secure boot and stuff like that. But then I wound up using some weird modded Chinese USB driver. It worked and it was pretty solid, but I had to enable test mode, and obviously, using I would usually never condone using modded drivers in general, but it's you just got to be really careful with stuff like that. So it says, it's Z690, but like I said, this could kind of go for basically all modern systems. But so this person here on the MSFN blog here, this wasn't back in 2021 that they got Windows 7 running on this Z690 system with the 12700K. The reason why it shows two processors is because of the performance and the efficiency cores, and it treats, because they're like two different modules, I think. It's treated as two different physical processors. And really, Windows 7's task scheduler really it's not designed for, this big dot little architecture that Intel is currently doing. I'm going to be showing you this on a Z390 system, because as you can see, I already have Windows 7 installed on my this is my i9 12900K system. So, and before we continue, another thing I got to tell you guys is, and I saw this somewhere, forgot if it was on this post or not, but I think I saw somewhere that it's better, if you're gonna do Windows 7, it's better to have like either an ASUS or an MSI motherboard, because of ACPI issues. And as far as I know, you can't, it's not, or at least it's not nearly as easy to disable ACPI on Windows 7, or really Windows Vista XP, even XP 64-bit. You know, there's no MPS or standard PC for 64-bit XP or newer, but apparently Gigabyte and AsRock boards are not great, and they'll have an ACPI issue with Windows 7. You'll get that 0xA5 blue screen, when you try to boot to the setup. And I don't even know if there's a modded ACPI driver yet for 7, so. But this method that I'm going to show you for USB, yeah, see? Update. Windows 8 back, this is what I'm going to be showing you guys. Windows 8 backported XHCI also works on Z690. And this is exactly what I was using. It's basically I'll show you guys. It's on the next page of this. By the way, it says for the i225V onboard LAN driver, it's a modded driver because I guess my Intel didn't make a driver for the i225, their i225 LAN controller. I know back when I had my 9700K and my ASUS Maximus 11 Hero, it had an i219V controller, and thankfully it had an official Windows 7 driver, but my ASUS Prime board right now has a Realtek 2.5 gig Ethernet driver, so onboard Ethernet, so there's an official Windows 7 driver for that, thankfully. I'm gonna just show you guys, yeah, see, this person here, Gigabyte Z690 Elite DDR4, and they got an A5 blue screen because of ACPI. It's not fully ACPI compliant. Next page. So I'm going to show you guys, yeah, see my digital life. What it is, it's this blog.simplex.info slash update 7. I was skeptical about it at first, but it's cool because when I integrated it into a Windows 7 Pro ISO, and it'll support a 32-bit or a 64-bit ISO of either 7, of any edition of 7 or 2008 revision 2. And it worked right from the get-go. I was able to, I didn't need to use my PS2 port. My USB worked fine. And it'll also integrate, you know, the non-telemetry security updates, which is also convenient. And then I can also show you if you needed to you know, a package you could download if you needed to slipstream like NVMe drivers. So you know, it's on Lenovo's website. I think it's like a Microsoft hotfix, but this particular one I found on Lenovo's website. So, which is what I'm actually currently using for my 970 Evo. But yeah, this machine I'm gonna be showing you guys on. I don't have a spare NVMe drive, but the one that was on Lenovo's site is the one I'm currently using, the hotfix I'm currently using. So, all right. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up. I gotta go. I'm trying to, because I know it was on here already somewhere. Setup downloads. And then and then I had oh boy. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I have a lot of stuff, but updates. Yeah, update pack. I know the one that you would download from their website would be like a meg or something like that. You can see here. I downloaded it around June 1st. And then at least on my main machine. But then this is where the bigger package is. Is a 831 megs about. So I already have that. And then really all you have to do is, and I could probably even put this in a temp folder. I could just to, you know, make it a little less sloppy, because yeah, I'm just gonna put it here. I'm gonna make a temp folder on my desktop. I'm gonna go ahead and move this package right here, copy, paste, and then from there all we have to do is grab a Windows 7. I'll just grab a Windows 7 Professional 64-bit ISO and drag and drop, and then it's gonna confirm that it's a Windows 7 ISO. And then it's just a matter of playing a waiting game at this point, kinda. So I think I'll come back to you guys when this finishes, because it might take a little while to see. It's exporting, and so I'll see you guys again in just a few minutes when it's done with doing this and integrating the updates and whatnot. So it just finished. As it turns out, and because I haven't used this tool in a couple of months now, but as it turns out, it saved, my setup downloads folder on my G drive. That's where it saved. As you could just see, I just cut and pasted it for the sake of this video over to that temp folder. But when it's done, making the ISO, putting all the updates in, it's gonna save wherever you downloaded, have this update pack 7R2 thing downloaded. So if it's in your downloads folder on your C drive, that's where it's gonna save, which I guess kind of makes sense. But or rather, yeah, or maybe, yeah, it's either this or it's that original one that you download, because that's where this came from. And then it was saying stuff about my G drive under set. So anyways, the next thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab my thumb drive. Alright, we got my USB drive here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Rufus. We're gonna go to the temp folder on my desktop, and we're gonna switch that to, make sure it's MBR, because that's the whole thing. Remember, you have to have, I mean, you probably could boot in UEFI, but it's a lot easier if you have the option to boot and turn on your CSM mode, your compatibility support module in the BIOS. You probably should, and also to disable secure boot. And hopefully this won't fail, because yesterday I plugged it in, and then after this writing master boot record, it kind of failed. Maybe it was a loose connection or something. The good news is it didn't fail this time, so that's good. So really, this is all you got to do at this point. It's just gonna download. Oh yeah, before we switch over, I'll show you guys how to where you can find that NVMe driver I was telling you about earlier. So we're gonna open up a new tab. Lenovo NVMe driver Windows 7, or you could look up something like that. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one I used. It should be like April 19th of 2017. And then I downloaded NVMe hotfix, and then in there it's a 7Z file, so you'd use 7-zip to extract it, and then you would just follow the instructions to integrate the NVMe driver. One thing I did notice about that update pack was I think it said something about including NVMe drivers, but I tried it and it was having some issue with installing, so I just used this Microsoft hotfix. It probably is better if you use your manufacturer specific NVMe driver, assuming you have an NVMe drive, but if you want to make it easier, it's probably just best, or some manufacturers just make it complicated to slipstream the driver, so it's probably easier to just use the Microsoft hotfix for it. So since the machine we're installing it to isn't going to have an NVMe drive, I'm not gonna bother with slipstreaming those drivers, but it does come with instructions on how to, there should be like a readme or something like that on how to install or how to slipstream the drivers, and it's fairly simple too. So I'm just gonna show you guys how to, yeah, see, this finished successfully. So I'm just gonna stop this here, and I'm gonna move it over. I'm gonna switch over to my phone. Unfortunately, I don't have a capture card, so yeah, I'm not gonna spend any more time talking because it's gonna take forever. So I'm just gonna see you guys in just 1 second here. So this is the machine, the target machine that we're gonna be installing Windows 7 on. I have an extra Wi-Fi card in there, but we're not gonna, these are extra cards. The only thing I'm just gonna install drivers for this GT710 just to show you guys it running. It'll be on this monitor here. It's a AOC 1920 by 1080 monitor. There are actually, which I'm gonna put this in the description, there are some unofficial video drivers that you could actually run for the onboard video for Coffee Lake, but again, just like with those USB drivers I was telling you about earlier, and I wish I knew about the Simplex update pack sooner, because just like with, it's probably still not as stable, and even if it is stable, it's a security risk to use, shady Chinese drivers like that. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn on this power supply. Yeah, we got an iPhone. Or was it on already? Let me check here. Oh, it was on already. Ow, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, see, now we got this on. And we're gonna go ahead and, we got an i5-8400, 16 gig of RAM. We're gonna go ahead and turn it on, and it'll take a moment here to post. And we're just gonna go ahead and spam F8. Yeah, sorry about the, not so great, camera quality. I'm just using my phone to record the screen because I don't have a capture card, so I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, and as you guys will shortly see, considering this is an 8th gen i5, the USB ports should not be working at all. But see, right off the bat, we have mouse and keyboard inputs. We can go here, we can click next, we can hit install now. And just keep in mind, this is the same pack I'm using on my main computer, because I don't want to use and trust me, in a future video, I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna tell you guys, and maybe even show you guys why I try to just stay away from Windows 10. And trust me, I'm not just going off of what other people are saying, because I've experienced 10 myself. I was using it, on my main computer from late 2017 all the way up to June of 2020. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to Windows 10. So I accept the license terms. I'm doing this because I know there's a lot of you guys who probably like to use Windows 7. And besides myself, I just know it. In fact, from what I can tell, Windows 7's market share is still higher than Windows 11's market share. But yeah, see? It's 29.8 gigs. We're just going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and install this. Okay, well, first let's go ahead and wipe this drive. Delete. We're going to hit next. And it's going to start copying. See? We're doing good so far. No pop-ups about a CD or DVD driver missing, a CD or DVD, or install a missing storage driver. It just works. So I'll see you guys in just a minute when this is all finished. And with that being said, guys, we got it installed. Keyboard works. Mouse works. And we can it's recognizing our USB drive. Yeah, of course, because we use such a small SSD, it's out of space because of those updates, but it does work. It at least works, Intel. Yeah, so I hope this video is helpful to you guys, and long live Windows 7. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.